There is nothing cooler than a giant mech. I don't care if it has a human pilot or it has a mind of its own. If something has a mech in it, I'm probably going to find a way to enjoy it. This goes double for video games. A particularly interesting one is Night Arms, the Hyblid framer. And nope, that's not a typo. Night Arms is a complete technical showcase for the Sharp X68000. Released in 1989, it features highly detailed sprites and some of the most impressive scaling effects of any home console or computer of the era. This is a space shooter with some tricks up its sleeve. Its calling card is definitely the way it shifts gameplay styles mid-mission. Sometimes the camera will be positioned behind your mech, with the gameplay feeling very similar to superscaler games like Galaxy Force or Space Harrier. These sections definitely leave an impression visually, despite the somewhat unwieldy controls. This can change in a second though, as the game shifts to a horizontal perspective. In these sections, the gameplay is closer to space shooters like R-Type or Gradius. The music is also fantastic. It was composed by the man behind the Sin and Punishment soundtrack, so you know you're in for a treat. The big issue is that there isn't a lot of balance to the game. The upgrade path is extremely simple with only a couple of power-ups available, so you don't have many of the more interesting weapons or screen-clearing bombs that you might find in other shoot-'em-ups. As a result, you frequently get stuck in very bullet-hellish situations, but without any hope of survival. These problems are made worse by the massive fluctuations in performance. All seems fine at first, but when even a couple of enemies come on the screen, things become jerky and unresponsive. This, combined with the high level of difficulty, make the game feel pretty dated and tough to play at times. Despite this, it's hard not to be impressed with the ambition behind the game. The scaling graphics are really impressive, and the little touches, like the flourish when the game transitions between perspectives, make for a unique experience. Plus, you know, mechs.